Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of Roma's S&MR 101. My name is Roma Mahindare, and in this series, I share my insights regarding sales and market research based on my experience. So, in the last episode, we spoke about market research, why, when, and how much. In today's episode, we are going to discuss ICP and customer journey. So, let's begin with ICP. ICP is the ideal customer profile. This is the term used by most sales and marketing professionals while determining their ideal customer. This is predominantly used in the B2B companies because their customer is a company. So, ICP is a representation of an imaginary customer who would use your product the most, who would gain the most value out of it, and also who would be the best customer for you in terms of time to conversion, usage, retention, and evangelism. So let's get to the parameters that are considered while doing the ICP research. First one would be industry, like technology, SaaS, manufacturing, automotive, etc. Then comes the revenue. Revenue is important because that gives you an idea of how financially capable that company is, and if they are good enough capable, then they will buy your product readily. Then comes the number of employees and the number of decision makers. This will give you an idea of how many people you need to reach out to. Then comes the most important thing, that is the customers of that company. For example, your customer is a B2C company and they have, let's say, 5 million customers. So their customers become your users. Hence, that is very important. And the other parameters can be determined by using the BANT analysis. BANT analysis means the analysis of budget, authority, the need, and timing. So this was about ICP for B2B companies. Now let's move on to ICP for B2C companies. It's a little bit different because for B2C companies, the customer is a person. Hence, here then tends to be a little bit of an overlap between the ICP and the buyer's persona. So, as understanding this distinction is kind of important. When we are talking about ICP, we would refer to parameters like age, position in the company, title, occupation, the salary, income, their gender, the need that they have for the product, for using the product. All of these things can either be measured or you can know them. But when you are talking about buyer's persona, the things that are considered a little different. Here you consider things like the interest, the need, goals, and motivations. These are important, but these are based on observations and not measurements. Hence, that is the difference between the two. So now, whether it is ICP for B2B companies or for B2C companies, what is important is that you do the buyer's persona analysis right after that, because both of them are in a way interlinked. And if you want to maximize this exercise, then you have to consider doing the lead scoring for determining which customers would be best for you. Also, now you may ask, when should we do the ICP analysis? Well, the ICP analysis, you can start right after you're done with the market research. Why? Because then you have the data in hand, but you're not sure if the data is right for you to determine it accurately. Hence, you can just start drafting it. And once you get the customers, the more customers you get, you can map out the common traits, and then you can evolve your ICP based on that. So ICP is actively evolving document, and it will help you in getting more and more customers by the day. Okay, now let's move on to the customer journey, which is also known as the buyer's journey. Buyer's journey, in a way, gives you a holistic view, the end-to-end view of what process your customer goes through in terms of getting aware about your product to purchasing it, using it, all of it. So whether your product is online or it is a physical product, it doesn't matter. Based on your customer, you can draft your buyer's journey. This buyer's journey would give you an idea of how the customer is going to interact with your product and, in a way, with your whole company and brand as well. So there are 5 steps in a customer journey. But if you go online, You might find various versions of this. And by versions, I mean there are some models that fit a certain process. So you have to know which one would fit your process the best and use it. So let's get back to this 5 steps. The first step is awareness. Awareness is that the customer is becoming aware of a problem that he's facing. And this might happen in various ways. It can happen by word of mouth, by maybe a Google ad that person saw, or an informative email you sent, or an article that person read, or a physical product that they saw and they thought, yeah, I also have this problem, I can use it. This constitutes to awareness. Then comes the consideration stage. Now the person is aware already about the problem, so now that person would go and find solutions, or the company would go and find solutions to it. So various solutions they would start exploring, and when you send an email to them for an outbound purpose and they click on that email, they visit your website, or they click on your ad and visit your website, they interact with it, sign up somewhere, or maybe reply to your email and say, yeah, I want to see a demo. All of these things constitute the consideration stage, and all of them result in them considering your solution. And at the end of it, they might consider your solution for trial. Now let's move on to the third stage. Now this is the decision-making stage. Decision stage is where they either enter a pilot or say, give your products for testing purposes, or we want to buy some sample products already. All of these things constitute to the decision stage where they are kind of trying to use it as well as making the decision that, yeah, they want to become a full-time customer. And that's where the decision stage ends. Then comes the service stage. So now in the decision stage, they have made a decision that they'll be using your product. In the service stage, they're using your product. So you have to give them customer support. You have to take feedback from them, work on that feedback, do the improvements. Also, based on that, they'll also have queries. So you're answering those queries. If it's a physical product, then giving them the deliveries on time. Also, giving proper timely maintenance. All of these things constitute to the service stage. And last and the best is advocacy. Advocacy is when that person has used your product, is happy about it, and goes out to people and tells them, I tried this product, it's good, you should try it as well. Or maybe they recommend it to people and also send referrals back to you, saying that these people might actually be good customers because they are from the same industry. So all of this is included in the advocacy stage. Now, this is super important in today's time because advocacy or evangelism actually drives the inbound sales process and also indirectly affects the outbound sales process. Because today, when we have too many platforms, social media platforms, where people talk about new things happening in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, this is really useful. So in a way, this whole process of determining the ICP and the customer journey, all of this is aimed at getting more customers, giving them the best possible experience, retaining them, and scaling your sales, and also making sure that you generate more and more revenue from there. The last suggestion I would like to give you all, that get all the basic information before working on the ICP and the customer journey. But the key to success is customization. It will take you way ahead and make you stand apart. So that was my take on ICP and customer journey. Thank you so much. See you all next week on Thursday. Till then, bye-bye.